The biggest hurdles was just learning the equipment, and as with any new piece of equipment, especially when there's new technology thrown on it, whether it's a tractor, a combine, or a drone, there's days you're going to be scratching your head wondering what the heck is going on and why things aren't working very well. Not all roses every day, but there's been some firmware issues that right from the company where the updates would come through, we'd update the drone, and then all of a sudden things would start going haywire. There's been some growing pains with it too. One of the big things is just making sure that your ground rig or wherever you're filling from, that you have a pretty good system in place there to make sure that you can fill quickly, you can charge batteries effectively. Generators have been a big point of significance for us. We started with a couple gas generators, and to run those chargers, those DJI chargers each pull 40 amps just to charge a battery. So if you put a 10, 11,000 watt gas generator on one charger, that's all you get off that one generator. We've moved into a diesel generator that's 200 amps, 48 kilowatts with a 200-gallon diesel tank on it, so we can keep generating the power to recharge the batteries. The other thing, too, is, like I said, things break down. Just because it's new doesn't mean it's going to work perfectly for you. We've learned that we need to have a decent supply of parts on hand. There are dealers in the States that do carry them. Their inventory isn't always great. So sometimes, if you don't have it on hand in fungicide time and the window to spray is, today and tomorrow, if you have to wait 2 weeks for parts, you're going to be in tough shape. We've learned to kind of stockpile some parts here and make sure that if something does happen, we can keep going with it. And then you need a little bit of manpower too. You need 2-3 guys sometimes to keep everything moving.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Just the basic logistics of all of it. I never thought about the generator and how much power those chargers pull and what they need. And I'd imagine is this set up in the back of a pickup or a box van, or what do you guys use to kind of tote all this stuff around?
Yeah, so we've kind of evolved a bit since the first year. We just had a pickup where we pulled an enclosed trailer behind us. That first year, we had about 500 gallons of water storage in there, some pumps and different things, room to store the drones. We'd pull that around the countryside. Last year, we bought a 1-ton flatbed pickup and pulled the trailer with that too, and ran that last year pretty hard. And now this year, we trading that pickup off, and we bought a Class 7 truck with a 24-foot flatbed, built a frame on that flatbed and a deck that sits about 14 feet up in the air. So we actually sit up there so we can get good line of sight and be able to see our drones as they're going across the field. And we land them right up on top of that and fill them up there. Generator is bolted to the deck of the truck. So it's all kind of a all-inclusive machine right there. We can get in the truck and go, and the drones are on it, the generator's there, everything's all in one spot.
Kind of sounds like you guys are no different than the helicopter pilots out there landing on top of the tender trucks and doing everything they need to do. It's kind of neat to hear that you guys have adapted and made things more efficient and more fluid to continue being productive and efficient. You also talked about the manpower, having a couple of people. So it's not just you out there.
To be in compliance, you're supposed to have a spotter, essentially. So you have one guy that's just in charge of flying the drone, piloting the drone, making sure he's always on task there. And then you have another guy who's a spotter who can then also help with your battery swaps and your filling each time. So it works a lot better if there's a couple guys on scene, that's for sure.